In the news this week, a victorious hero's welcome to our Olympic champions.
Plus, regional organic farmers express their fears over genetically modified food.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Lung and Daniel Staniskov.
Good evening. Australia's Olympic champions receive a heroic reception with a spectacular welcoming ceremony at Forest Chase. Hundreds of passionate citizens cheered on as our athletes are welcomed by Government Minister Angela Mitchell and Lord Mayor Lisa Scafidi. Helene Fong with this report.
They waited for hours under the sun for their Olympic heroes, and the moment is finally here. Autographs, selfies, chats, and most importantly, the acknowledgement of Team Australia's performance in the Rio Olympics.
It takes discipline, endurance and courage, and the support from so many of the people behind the winners is also something we should not take for granted.
We are so proud of you. We've watched you, we've felt with you, we've enjoyed with you, and I don't think you athletes realise the impact you have on our communities for those 2 weeks.
More than 20 athletes went on stage as hundreds of citizens gathered to celebrate Australia's Olympic achievements during the welcome home ceremony. The medal winners shared their journey with the audience and said they are humbled to receive such overwhelming support.
It's amazing to have so many people down here, and it just shows how incredible the support in WA was.
The champions will have a final ceremony to attend in Canberra before they can take a well-deserved break. Helene Fong, WAMN News.
There are concerns the state government's plan to lift the ban on genetically modified crops will harm the organic food industry. Some regional farmers are campaigning against the move and argue consumers are not well informed about what they are eating. Nelson Liu has this exclusive report.
It's designed to improve farming in WA, but there are concerns people risk harming themselves by eating genetically modified food.
There is no evidence worldwide to say that genetically modified foods are unsafe.
Activists are worried consumers could become sick by eating GM crops absorbed with herbicide chemicals.
They're eating something that really they have no idea in the short term or the long term of what's going to happen in terms of health.
Scientists and governments claim there's no evidence GM food is harmful, but anti-GM advocates say consumers aren't aware of the dangers.
They don't get a choice. In this country, we don't even have labelling of genetically modified foods.
The Barnett government is currently pushing for Labor's Genetically Modified Crop-Free Areas Act to be removed. But the opposition is criticising the move and wants an end to GM crops behind Shadow Agriculture Minister Mick Murray.
Mick would do everything he possibly could to ensure that Western Australia has, as close to possible, a GM-free status.
They also want clearer GM food labels in stores.
I don't think people can trust the labelling as it is at the moment. We need to do much, much better there.
The pro-GM food industry says crops with slight GM elements should be sold as GM-free, but the state opposition says people don't want GM food. Nelson Liu, WAMN News.
The Army is having a major exercise up in Kimberley this week, with 3 HMAS Navy ships conducted sea patrols as F-18 fighter jets soared in the skies. The Army's Ready Combat team were flown from Darwin into the northwest for a joint patrol mission with WA Police as part of the exercise. It's understood that 1,000 ADF personnel will take part in the exercise Northern Shield for the next 10 days.
Perth Stadium's construction process is ongoing successfully, with contractor HG Sports Turf appointed to grow the arena's pitch, as well as install more than 17,000 square metres of turf onto the playing surface. A stabilised natural turf consisting of couch grass, rye and artificial grass will be used to produce a durable playing surface, meeting the demands of the stadium.
I think everyone can now see the exterior of the stadium and the scale of it. The design is just spectacular. So it's going to be a wonderful sporting and concert venue.
Russia claims they've killed Islamic State's media chief Abdul Mohammed al-Adnani during a bombing this week. The Defense Department stated that 40 IS fighters were killed during a bombing in Aleppo by the Su-34 warplane. It's the first time Russia claims to kill one of IS top leaders. His death was later confirmed by a MARC news agency, which is believed to be an affiliate of the Islamic State. His death marked as a huge blow to IS due to his strong media capabilities.
A gigantic explosion occurred during the launch of America's SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket in Florida, which destroyed Facebook's plan to beam internet to Africa by satellite. Although the explosion did not kill or injure anyone, it has also disrupted internet entrepreneur Elon Musk's ambitious plan to make rockets out of reusable parts. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg expressed his dismay online, saying he is deeply disappointed about the launch failure.
And finally, this week, small business owners were fighting over a $100,000 service package as District 32's SME extravaganza. The event is a kinder edition of Shark Tank, as entrepreneurs have to sell their business plans to the panel in order to win the prize. Hundreds of guests also attended the event and had a great time.
The idea is we're giving away a $100,000 prize, so we've had 114 companies nominated. So tonight we're down to the final 6. But it's a night of networking, great food, entertainment, music. So it's a night to galvanise the small business community in Perth. So we're expecting about 235 business owners here on the night.
And those are the top stories you need to know this week.
We have the latest news on our website and Facebook. Have a great week.
See ya.